So yesterday I stopped by a bakery that we occasionally do stop by when we're in that area, which is not very often because it's at least an hour away from home. But they make the most awesome meat pies. Very, very tasty. And the other thing they seem to have on hand a fair bit is dried breadcrumbs. I suspect that the bread that goes stale that they don't sell, they turn into breadcrumbs. And I did buy a bag. As you can see, it's a fairly large bag for about $6. And just to I will be dry canning them, vacuum sealing them actually, rather than leave them in this flimsy bag. Pretty easy to poke holes through that. But what I normally buy for $1.99, I'm going to test and see how much of this, so we see how many jars we actually get and what the difference is, how good of a deal it is. So here's the ones that I normally buy. And ooh, it isn't even a quart. It's just a little over a pint by the looks of it to me. So, okay, I'll use that as a gauge to see how well we're doing. I think we're doing extremely well. Put this back. And we'll put this in the cupboard and use it first. But now for my big bag, and I have to be careful I don't tip it over. It would be a horrible mess to clean up. And get a couple of measuring cups and see which one works best. Okay. I'm going to just start off doing 3 of these, which would be $6 worth if I had to buy it regularly. And then we will fill them up to the brim, of course, and seal them. So. Okay, so that's 2. Oh my goodness, I did get a good deal. 1, 2. Okay, so as you can see, I've got 3 mason jars here with a similar quantity to what is in this one container that I pay $1.99 for. And that would be $6, which is what I paid for this whole item here. That would be the equivalent of. So at this point I'm going to fill them right up and see how many mason jars we actually do get. Full ones, not half ones. Quart jars. And we'll tap it down to pack it good and tight. You don't have to leave headspace with this. Okay, I'll get back to you when all the jars are full. Okay, we're down to our last jar. I believe this should be it. Now, we don't want to spill this one all over the place. Perfect. Just going to try and even them off a little bit. That's probably good enough. Okay, so we have a total of 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, almost 14 quarts. So I would guesstimate that 28. Yes, perhaps, and it would have cost me in the range of $28 for that, buying it the normal way. So paying $6 for that definitely was a bargain. Anyway, now I'm going to get around to vacuum sealing. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so this is when saving your used lids comes in handy, because you can reuse them for vacuum sealing. And I typically store them in a wide mouth. The small ones I store in a wide mouth jar, and just checking to see which ones I want to use. Make sure that they're clean. 2, 3. And I did fill up the last jar with a bit from the store-bought, so that I have completely full jars here that I'm sealing. Okay. That one looks like it's brand new and never used. Yeah, definitely. How did it get mixed up in there? Okay. Good. And this is really the only time that I sort them, when I'm actually going to use them. I just wash them and keep them for this purpose, because this is what they're good for. Okay, so we've got our lids. And just put them back in the mason jar. Then what we want to do is get our little vacuum sealer attachment. And see if that's sealed. Sounds good. And we've got a good seal. For some reason, my regular mouth sealer thing comes apart every time, but sorry. Yes, they do seem to be sealing quite nicely. Okay, I'll get back to you when I've completely sealed. Okay, so every one of my jars is sealed. And this is the one time I'm going to store them with rings on, because I have had, rare, but I have had the occasional vacuum sealed jar come undone. And I don't want breadcrumbs all over the place. Okay. So I've got 14 jars here, and I'm going to put 12 of them completely away for storage. And 2 I will put in my go-to pantry. Now, just to reiterate, this method is only to be used for dry canning certain goods. A lot of people use oven canning, and I don't know that I'm all that thrilled with the idea of oven canning, so stick with this for the time being. But only to be used for things like beans, dry beans, rice, oats, flour, sugar. Although I think you have to be fairly careful with the finer items with your vacuum sealer. You may destroy the vacuum sealer. Okay, there we have it. So, I've got 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and 2 more to go to my go-to pantry to be used first. Anyway, there you have it. That was a good deal. For $6, I think I scored. I'm sure that if next time I pass by that bakery, I will purchase some more breadcrumbs and more meat pies. Their meat pies are just awesome. All right, well, have a good day, and thank you for watching. And we'll see you on the next one.